Hello once again YouTube, this is Meme Skull Cards here, and I'm back with an updated deck profile of my Rescue Ace deck. This is post Duelist Nexus, so as you know, we got two new main support cards for the deck in Emergency and Rescue Ace Preventer, which are really good. I did also update the extra deck a bit as well, so let's get into it. Again, as I always state, the side deck can be whatever you want or whatever you prefer based on the state of the game in the current day of age. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the main deck. So first off, we're starting off with two Rescue Ace Turbulence. This guy is your big boy that gets you your up to 4 Rescue Ace quick play spells or normal traps, and it sets them down directly from your deck, which is really good. Next, we have 3 copies of Hydrant, and I am glad I picked these up when they were $8 because last time I checked they were running for $50. And yeah, so this guy, he not only does he search Rescue Ace monster in your deck, he also allows you to activate quick play spells or trap card that was set by the effect of a Rescue Ace monster the turn it was set, but it's only one, so you just gotta choose wisely before you set off a Turbulence and you're all good. And some of those cards get additional effects if you have Hydrant on board. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Airlifter. Him you want to see more of now. I was playing him at 2 before, but now that we have Emergency, he is like a key starter, and he is our spell searcher of the deck. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Rescue Ace Preventer. What he says is you can banish 1 Rescue Ace card from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. So he's a free body on board. He is a level 8, which is okay. If you control another Rescue Ace monster, quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, change it to face down defense position. So this is like a Book of Moon on legs. It's amazing. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 of your banished Rescue Ace monsters except a level 8 monster. Makes sense. Special summon it. You can only use each effect of Rescue Ace Preventer once per turn. So he's amazing, and we want to see this guy. Book of Moon on legs. You don't even need to play Book of Moon in the main deck. Next, we're playing 1 copy of Engine. So the first effect is if a Rescue Ace monster or monsters is normal or special summoned to your field, except for Fire Engine, you can special summon this card from your hand. If a monster or monsters is special summoned to your opponent's field, except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Rescue Ace monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And that's really good, and it'll help us get into our Hydrant in case we need it, or any of our level 4 or lower. I do notice that they are yet to have a level 2 monster, so that might be something in the future. Who knows? Next, we're playing 2 copies of Impulse. Basically, he tags with a quick effect. He tags himself out from the hand or field. Special summon 1 Machine Rescue Ace monster from our deck. So basically, this is when an opponent activates a monster effect on the field. So if our opponent activates something, we get out our Hydrant or whatever we need, and just in case. 1 Attacker. If a Rescue Ace monster normal special summon to your field, except for Attacker, and except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If a card or cards is added to your opponent's hand, except by drawing it, except during damage step, you can draw 2 cards, then discard 1 card. You can only use each effect of Attacker once per turn. Now for the hand traps, we're playing 3 Ash Blossoms. Fits the fire theme, and it's always a good hand trap to have to stop your opponent. 2 Effect Veilers and 2 Drill and Lockbirds. Should be self-explanatory. You want to stop your opponent any means necessary. And then for the spells, we're going into 3 copies of Emergency. It's the newest spell card. This card's always treated as a Rescue Ace card. So quick play, as all Rescue Ace cards are. Spell cards are. Special summon 1 Rescue Ace monster from your deck in defense position, then tribute 1 Rescue Ace monster from your hand or field. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Rescue Ace trap in your graveyard, set it. So this also gives recursion for our trap cards, which are used to be only one turn uses, but now we have a way of recurring them. 1 Rescue Ace HQ. This gives you extra normal summon of a Rescue Ace monster. 1 alert, 1 rescue. Alert is either you add a Rescue Ace monster from your graveyard to hand, or if you control Rescue Ace Hydrant, you add 1 Rescue Ace monster from your deck to your hand. So it's basically a Rhoda, and this is a Monster Reborn. But if you control Hydrant, you could Monster Reborn from either grave. Next we're playing Crossout Designator. All of you should know what this does. 2 Puri Rays map to help get out our Hydrant faster. And yes, if your opponent does ask that, you do not take the 4,000, because it is not cost. 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Reasoning, because almost everything in this deck is a different level, 1 Rhoda, and 1 for 1. That rounds up the spells. And for the traps, which we're playing 3 of, 1 Extinguish, 1 Reinforce, and 1 Contain. Extinguish reads: if you control a Rescue Ace monster, target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Then, if you currently control Rescue Ace Hydrant, your opponent cannot activate the effects of that destroyed monster or of monsters with the same original name this turn. Reinforce: target 1 Rescue Ace monster you control. For the rest of this turn, that monster you control gains 1500 attack and defense, is unaffected by your opponent's monster effects, and the next time it would be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Rescue Ace spell in your graveyard, set that card. So this also is a good way of recurring our Emergency in case we need it, or any of our other quick play spells. And lastly, Contain: if you control a Rescue Ace monster, target 1 effect monster your opponent controls. This turn, that effect monster cannot attack, also its effects are negated. So basically it's a searchable Phoenix Chain. If you control Rescue Ace Hydrant, at resolution of this effect, that monster also cannot be used as material for Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link Summon this turn. So essentially you can lock your opponent out of their extra deck if they only use one method of summoning, and that was their 1 normal summon, and they have no means of special summoning. It's over. Now moving on to the extra deck, we're playing 1 Proxy F Magician. He allows us to fusion summon with monsters from our field as fusion materials. If a fusion monster is fusion summoned to a zone this card points to, we can special summon 1 monster with 1000 or less attack from our hand, which would normally be our Hydrant. And we're playing the 1 Mud Dragon. Next, we're playing 1 Hida, the Fire Channeler Ablaze. Basically, if our opponent has an Ashen Grave, that's like our main target, or even if we're going against a fire deck, it's always useful. And then we have Selene. You usually go from Hida to Selene, and then we have Sunlight Wolf to recur our Ash Blossoms, or basically anything. If a monster is normal summoned to a zone he points to. Then we have our Decode Talker Heat Soul to help us draw cards. And our Reproducus to change our guys into Cybers, specifically for this guy. Link Decoder. Have our 1 Almiraj Stalio, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Protect Code Talker, 1 Firewall Dragon, and 1 Firewall, Dragon, Dark Fluid, Neo, Tempest, Terahertz. We're playing all this just for this guy. We don't play a lot in the extra deck because there's a lot of space and a lot of room in here, especially since we don't have any tuners in the deck. There's no need for synchro monsters. Next we're playing rank 9 Mirrologic Aggregator, and lastly our Cyber's to Save Worm, which is our other fusion target. So yeah, we could basically go into this, and when your opponent activates a spell or trap card effect while you control a link 4 or higher Cyber's monster, quick effect, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard and negate the activation. It's really good. So yeah, that rounds up the extra deck. Now moving on to the side deck. Some of this might look familiar from our Blackwing deck. Playing 3 Artifact Lancias, and against back row playing 3 Cosmic Cyclones, 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Heartbeast Feather Duster, and 3 Dark Ruler No More, and 3 Evenly Match, just to blow out our opponent's field. So basically, again, extra deck can be whatever you want, whatever you prefer. Depends on the current state of the metagame. But yeah, that rounds up this whole deck profile. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions on how I could better improve the deck, or any you want to tell me anything you like about the deck, even if you're a fan of Rescue Ace as well, leave a comment down below if you want. If you're new to the channel, feel free to like the video and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.